A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a high-stakes legal battle that could reshape the landscape of immigration law and executive power, a panel of judges from the conservative-leaning Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals expressed skepticism regarding the arguments against President Trump's invocation of the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. The court convened on Monday to hear nearly an hour of arguments from both sides, with the Trump administration defending the president's use of the act to deport suspected members of the Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, while the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, represented those targeted for removal. The case, which is expected to reach the Supreme Court, centers on whether Trump lawfully invoked the Alien Enemies Act in March to address the alleged threats posed by the gang and the legal requirements for notifying migrants of their deportation. During the hearing, Judge Andrew Oldham, appointed by Trump, pressed ACLU attorney Lee Gellert for any precedent that would allow courts to challenge the president's authority in matters of national security, particularly in the context of declaring an armed conflict. Gellert admitted that no such case exists, indicating that the Fifth Circuit's ruling could set a significant legal precedent. On March 14th, Trump signed a proclamation asserting that Tren de Aragua was engaged in hostile actions against the U.S. on behalf of Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro. The gang, which has been implicated in various criminal activities, including kidnappings and torture, was labeled a foreign terrorist organization by the Trump administration earlier this year. Judge Leslie Southwick, appointed by George W. Bush, questioned the ACLU's argument, asking why the gang's activities in the U.S. could not be classified as an armed conflict. Gellert countered that the founders of the nation intended the Alien Enemies Act to apply to large-scale military threats, not to what he characterized as isolated criminal acts. The ACLU's position hinges on the assertion that Trump's proclamation does not declare a state of war between the U.S. and Venezuela, which they argue is a prerequisite for invoking the Alien Enemies Act. Meanwhile, Assistant Attorney General Drew Ensign defended the administration's position, asserting that the president's authority in such matters should be afforded the utmost deference. He emphasized the severity of the threat posed by Tren de Aragua, citing FBI assessments that the gang could attempt targeted assassinations of Maduro regime critics within the U.S. The Trump administration has proposed a 7-day notice period for migrants facing deportation, while the ACLU argues for a more generous 30-day notice, similar to what was provided to suspected Nazis during World War II. The panel of judges, which also includes Biden-appointed Judge Irma Ramirez, did not indicate when a ruling would be issued, but the outcome is likely to be contested in the Supreme Court. The implications of this case extend beyond the immediate deportation of individuals. It raises fundamental questions about the balance of power between the executive branch and the judiciary, particularly in matters of national security and immigration policy. As the legal proceedings unfold, both sides prepare for a potential Supreme Court showdown that could redefine the limits of presidential power under the Alien Enemies Act. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.